Welcome to a feisty piece of Italy! Although for this one you'll need the Horizon 5 Italian Exotics car pack, which sadly costs a bit more on top of the base game. But today we are taking a look at the 2020 Ferrari Roma. This thing has 611 brake horsepower from stock, 560 foot-pounds of torque while weighing a whopping 3,627 pounds. This thing is very, very hefty indeed. Now I've got to say it does look very interesting indeed. A little bit evil at the front, dare I say. Going to the side it looks very, very sleek and modern and kind of aerodynamic as well. Going to the back, the rear lights kind of remind me, and this might be a bit of a long shot, but they kind of remind me a bit of the Ferrari Enzo. Mac also said this thing looked a bit like Ferrari's attempt at the 400Z, and honestly now I can't unsee it. Going to the inside, it does look pretty much like every other Ferrari, although we've got a few interesting things over there in the passenger footwell. In the meantime, we've got ourselves a massive gauge up front, we've got a G-force meter to the right. Now let's go ahead and take a listen to this thing. Right, here we are now over in the upgrade shop. The first thing we're going to do is jump straight over to conversion to see what we can do with this thing. Over to engine swaps, we've got 4 to choose from. We've got ourselves the 5.2 litre V10, we have ourselves a 4.5 litre V8, and we also have ourselves the racing V12 alongside a 6 litre V12 as well. This thing also starts out rear wheel drive, but you can go ahead and make it all wheel should you wish to, and we'll do that a bit later on. Going over to aero and appearance, of course, going over to the front bumper, we've got ourselves just a normal standard Forza aero, and then going to the back, we've got ourselves just the Forza rear wing. I really hope they change what aero we have in Horizon 6. In the meantime, our mechanic back has been very busy throwing together an S1 road build for us. Let's go ahead and bring up a share code for that real quick. There it is. Feel free to go ahead and grab that for yourself. And now let's go ahead, download and install and see what we got to work with. With these upgrades, this thing is now a lot lighter, just a shade under 3,060 pounds with a whopping 770 brake horsepower. Right, those upgrades installed here are now over at the paint shop. So let's go ahead and take a look at advanced, where sadly we've got nothing. We're going over to manufacturer colors. We've got ourselves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different colors to choose from. And I've got to say, I kind of like the silver here, and it's also nice to see something in bright yellow as well. It's nice to see manufacturers making cars in bright colours. Now I've got to say the Ferrari Roma is quite an interesting car indeed, and unfortunately I've not had a chance to see one of these in person because well, I've not really seen many Ferraris in the United Kingdom, but I've got to say it does look like a very nice car in game. So let's go ahead and see if it can race as good as it looks. And away we go. We're up against 11 other cars and we've got to try and get this thing into first place, although we're in 4th gear and the wheels are barely still spinning. And I have been told by Mac that apparently this thing can get very drifty at times, so this should get very interesting indeed. Right, we've got to the part where we can stick our foot down. Let's try and see what we can get. We're up into 8th, which is fantastic. That's where we started, so got back to where we were. Let's go ahead and see, can we get any more spaces through here? Up into 7th, can we get up into 6th? We can, and 5th while we're at it too. Right, we've got ourselves a Ferrari SP something or other. It's a very interesting car. I did a video on that a long time ago. If you've not checked that out yet, feel free to go ahead and have a look at that. But in the meantime, we've got it up front, but we need to be in front of it. Just like that. There we go, that's better. I've also had a look at the amount of these made, and I can't find an official number anywhere, but there is estimated approximately only 2,100 Ferrari Romas in existence. I also had a look as well, there's a few in the UK, and the average used price of one of those is anywhere between 130 to 160 £1,000 sterling, which is this in US dollar, by the way. Right, there's another Ferrari up front I really want to try and get past, and I think that might be the place to make my move. And then we'll worry about the insurance cost later. Oh, this thing's getting very drifty, right towards the line, at 95% through the race. One more turn to go, just trying to keep this thing in a straight line, and across the line we go. That's a very nice first place for us and a time of 1:58. And now we go from racing cars over to voting for them, because here is this week's backstage. Let's jump into the vote, see what we've got. We've got ourselves the Ioniq 5N and the Ascari computer mouse versus the Porsche Turbo Taycan Cross Turismo, the very long name, and the McLaren 650S Spider. Now it's lovely to see a nice McLaren there, so it's going to go ahead and get my vote. Also, Mac hasn't got one of these yet, so I'm trying to help him out, you know? Now, Max had some problems trying to get his drag tune uploaded this week, so we're just going to go ahead and have to pick one random one. So we've got this one. We're going to go ahead and bring up the share code as well for anybody that wants it. Let's go ahead, download and install this one and see how it goes. So this random tune that I've just picked out of the pile, we're now a little heavier at 3,245 pounds in weight, but we've got a lot more power at over 1,200. So this should get interesting. Right, here we are now over at the back of the Festool. Let's go ahead and see it. Does this tune have a wheelie check? Sorta, kinda. I'm going to do that one more time. Let's see. Did we get anything? Okay, maybe not. So close yet so far. In the meantime though, here we are now over at the edge of the drag strip. Let's go ahead, get this thing onto launch control, and away we go with 1,200 brake horsepower and a little bit extra just for, well, just for luck, I guess. Let's go ahead and see what we can get through the camera down here. We've got ourselves 197.62, and off the end of the drag strip we've got ourselves 220, and does this thing brake? The answer to that is still no. Different tune, same problem. However, now it's our turn to go ahead and have a little bit of fun with this thing, so we're going to jump straight to conversion, over to engine swaps, and see what we can throw in this thing. And I think we might go with the 6-litre V12. And while we're at it, we're making this thing all-wheel drive too. I can hear the cease and desist from here. Turbo? Yeah, go on then. And then let's go and slap even more power in it. Why? Why not? While we're at it, we also can't forget to go ahead and put some good tyres on it. We'll also make them wider in the front, and we'll make them wider in the back as well. You know what? I think it looks alright. And now here's a fun part, trying to get 1,200 brake horsepower into a 6-speed gearbox. In the meantime, for this week's Forzathon shop, we've got ourselves another Ferrari, this time being the 512S. We've got ourselves a Horizon Backstage Pass, the Extreme E Black Race Suit, the, of course, Warthog over here as well, and the Halo thing, Part 1, which sounds a bit like this. Very interesting indeed. We also have ourselves a Horizon Super Wheelspin and the regular Horizon Wheelspin as well. And now, out to the motorway. In the meantime, I've picked out a random spot on the map, and hopefully we're close to the motorway great today. And hold on a minute, we've practically gone and done it. No, I was not expecting that, but okay. Right, so let's go ahead and get ourselves onto launch control, and away we go. And near enough 1,200 brake horsepower, 3,300 pounds of car. Let's go ahead and see what we can get for a top speed. Still can't believe I got it pretty much on the grate today. That's amazing. And there's the edge of the speed zone, 245 point something. I don't know, I missed what part of that was. Well, no, it's 245. I'm sure editing me will put that on screen here somewhere. But now let's go ahead and see what we can get downhill and through the speed camera too. And speaking of the camera, there it is, 254.38. Going downhill now, 257, 258. Do we get any more? 259. Did we get 260? Not quite, but we did get very, very close indeed. There's a sign. On the brakes we go. How good are the brakes on this thing? Let's go ahead and find out, shall we? The answer is not too bad, and from this thing I'm quite surprised. In the meantime, we've got one more thing left to do, so let's go and do that, shall we? If I've not got enough lawsuits from Ferrari, this is going to be another one. Let's go ahead and take this thing drifting and see how we do. Nearly 1,200 brake horsepower car. Let's go ahead and see what do we get in terms of points. 36,932 on run number 1. And this time we stayed away from the walls. Right, now go for run number 2. 36,000 is of course the score to beat. Can we do it? I honestly have no idea. And indeed we can. 38,525 points. Not bad at all. Honestly, I'm genuinely kind of surprised. In the meantime though, that is the Italian piece of art we like to call the Ferrari Roma. A very nice car indeed. And who knew a supercar or GT car like this would be so good at drifting? If you want one of these for yourselves, you can go ahead and pick it up via the Italian Exotics car pack, which will cost a little bit extra on top of the base game. Well, I've got to say, for this thing, it's kind of worth it. In the meantime though, thank you very much for watching. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all that cool stuff. And if you've got an idea for a future car you want to see made into a video, do go ahead and let me know. In the meantime though, thank you very much for watching. Tech out. See ya. Exotic car, nice house, it just makes sense.